Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of AyJay's Corner.
Mhm.
Um, I'm so excited to have this guest today. He's the first of many in these
Many.
beautiful conversations and what I like to call I love you black man. This is my big brother Phil.
Hey,
I call him Flip, but y'all can't call him that.
don't
So
call me Flip,
don't
please.
call him flipped. I
Don't.
could do that because I am obnoxious in that, right? But so pretty much, I just want to jump right into it. First
Let's
of all,
go.
tell the people about yourself a little bit. Give me a little
Ooh,
snippet.
okay. All right. Hey, everyone. Um, so I'm Phil,
How you
Philip,
feel?
Philip Jenkins, Philip Emmanuel Jenkins.
Oh, yes. Come on,
Um,
full name.
married to here, Chanel Jenkins, my beautiful wife. We
Hey,
have
sis.
4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Recently just had Noel Emmanuel Jenkins, March 9th. So shout out to the baby boy.
Baby boy.
I've got my girl Lyric, my twins, Jamie and JoJo. So I got a big family.
Mm-hmm.
Got the whole circus, you know what I mean? We Barnum and Bailey around them all around town all the time. And I met Ariel doing volunteer youth ministry work at Bethel Baptist in Florida. And, I love to work with the kids. That's what I do.
So,
And yeah, man, I'm from Orangeburg, South Carolina. Shout out to Old You heard me. Shout out to Old We in here. We in here.
oh my
I'm a
goodness.
professional and all of that. Nobody cares what I do for a living. I'm a professional and I'm good at it. I've been doing it
But
12
what he
years.
but what he's not mentioning is that he's fire in music and I
Oh,
want to fight
yeah.
him for it.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
skirt
Okay. Yeah,
past
yeah, yes, I do music. Um, my alias for music is Pedge, which is EEJ. It's just my initials. It's a nickname that I actually picked up from my brother, Gary Lee, when I was code switching on my
it.
voice. So I was like, if you reach the phone of Philip E. Jenkins, and he said, boy, you put that E in there strong, didn't you? And his wife name was Kim. He's like, Kim, listen to this nigga. He really trying to get a job.
Try.
Philip E. He's like, I'll call you Pedge from now on. And so that nickname kind of stuck
Mm-hmm.
because when I create music, it was kind of like one of those things where I didn't ever want to make music that wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of get caught in that little conundrum of you grew up in the church, but you have these feelings you really want to express in your music. And so you kind of
Mm-hmm.
get caught up in like, I want to make music that they're gonna be okay with, but this is how I really feel. So I really say it how I really feel. And I went by the name Pej to always remember like we're not code switching no more. The code
Mm-hmm.
switching days. And if you can't deal with the
Hey,
feel
ride
that
this
I
wave, you
am,
gotta go.
yeah, yeah. If this feels too much for you, then it's just too much for you. Praise the high name of Jesus. So
That is amazing because this goes straight into my next question, my first question.
ooh, let's get to it.
Um, what did you learn about being a black man?
Oh wow. It's a ever learning lesson like you constantly learn. It's funny, it's like I remember being young and thinking being a man was what you had.
Mm,
And then I got a little older and I thought being a man is what you could do. Right. And now that I have kids and I'm a little older, it's still two of those things, but it's also what you instill in other people to do and to have and to be,
mm,
which is like where I'm at with these kids. Is kind of like, okay, yeah, I have to guard my actions, I have to guard what I say, I have to be morally there, but what am I teaching my children? What are they seeing in me? What are they taking from what I'm doing? You know what I
mm-hmm,
mean? Kids will do that to you. Like, I mean, kids, when you have children, it just puts a mirror in front of you and like you got some unresolved trauma or just anything, you know what I'm saying? It comes out. So like my my lessons of what it means to be a black man is I'm always learning. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But it's so much to
Okay,
hope I
so
answered
you said something really
you.
good in there. You learned You thought it was about what you have, then it was what you do, and now it's kind of like those two plus like who you can be.
Yeah, not so much who you can be, but what do you leave behind? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like the essence of your manhood is like the value you bring to people. And
Mhm.
I brought up children because it was like once I see how they interact in public, I know it's a direct reflection of the love they receive at home,
Mhm.
right? Because I remember when they were younger and I used to get so frustrated and I would be aggressive and then they would get into because they were having communication issues at school.
Mhm.
And so I would see how they would handle the teachers and I'm like, I gotta chill. Like, it's not that they're trying to piss me off. It's
Right.
not that they're trying to frustrate me. They're frustrated because I can't understand what they're trying to communicate. You
Right.
know what I mean? So it was that lesson that realized like that's part of being a man. Like you have to realize that what I do is going to come out of my kids. So it's not just what I have or who I am or what I'm doing, but it's what I am impressing upon, what am I bringing, what am I influencing, what am I bringing out of the people around me? You know what I mean? So
Okay.
that's kind of by it, yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask this before I ask the other one. What is
Ooh,
something
come on.
what is something besides because you've said it kind of a little bit, but like what is like one major thing you've had to unlearn?
One major thing I had to unlearn. Hmm, concerning manhood or just period.
I think I'm asking as a man because there's things as women that I've had to unlearn based on what my mom has taught me about being the independent black
Oh,
thing. So I know there's something that you've had to unlearn.
I had to unlearn what strength was
Mm, that's good.
because it's not just aggression
Mhm.
or being able to be stoic
Yeah.
or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or as people like to say, I don't take no. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know if this is a PG-13 rated
You
podcast, but
you
you know what
do
I mean?
you say how you
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to
yeah,
say
yeah.
it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I don't, I don't take no sugar honey iced tea, but there's actually strength in being able to be emotionally intelligent,
Mhm.
right? Because what I had to learn strength was to be able to be in the moment of chaos and to be the only one in the room to be emotionally cognizant that if I make a decision right now in this moment, I am going to ruin the work that I've done previous years and then what
Right.
I'm planning for.
Right.
And like I actually had a situation like that happen with me and my wife. And let me tell you something. I didn't realize how much I had matured until that moment. I
Mhm.
actually called Des when it happened.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, I called Des like, I'm calling you because I need you to know where I am so you can bail me out of jail once I get there. That is how the conversation started. Full disclosure, I'm not playing. I'm
Correct.
from Orangeburg, South Carolina. I'm from Edisto Drive. It really goes down like that. Please don't play. So that's what I called bro for. And he said to me, he was like, you know, when he and this is why I hate Dez, because he has the perfect thing to say. He was like, bro, you trying to marry this girl, you got kids at home. He was like, if you do what you about to do right now, who's gonna take care of your kids? And then he was like, when you were a baby, you ate food that you didn't really have to digest. He's like, this lesson is a grown man meal. So you're gonna have to chew on this. You're gonna have oh my God.
Oh,
And Yeah. So it was quiet on the phone for like 2, 3 minutes. I appreciate Des so much because he was so patient with me. Cause I just sat on the phone quiet. He was like, bro, this is a grown man lesson. You're eating a grown man meal right now. He was like, bro, I already know how you get down. If you're gonna do what you're gonna do, I got your back. But he was like, this is a grown man lesson. And he's like, you're gonna have to chew on this one. You're gonna
Oh,
have to chew on one and you gotta digest it.
oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Ooh,
Oh, that's so
boy.
good.
He aged, man. When me and Des had that conversation, he aged me like 15 years. Because since that, I had my daughter, and I mean, my turn up level just went like this. It just
Oh,
went down.
she
And
got
it just
strapped
like,
around her finger.
oh man, it mellowed me out. And I mean, it taught me just like strength is not just the aggressive side or what you can overpower, but it's what you can suppress, what you can control, what you can maintain, what you can think about. And being open with your emotions, crying in front of my wife, you know what I'm saying? Letting her see that side of me. When my brother passed, I done dealt with death before. When my bro
Mhm.
Mel passed, I just told her, like, just take me somewhere. And me and my wife sat in front of a waterfront and I cried, man, for probably about 3 hours straight. I was just drinking and crying and just playing the saddest songs that I could play. And my wife sat in the driver's seat and just rubbed my back and just let me cry and drink and look at water.
Isn't that
And
just
then
the
once I told
safest
her,
place to be?
man, let me tell you. And she was like, you ready to go home, baby? I was like, yeah, babe, let's go home. I mean, I felt like I cried not only for him, but just for like years of stuff. Like I just didn't have a safe space to just cry.
And
Oh Lord.
I
I'm
think
about to
that's
cry
the
right now to think about it.
I'm
Oh,
getting emotional thinking about it because I think about it all the time. I'm like, I'm always offering safe spaces for people, but I realize
mhm.
like I'm very intentional about, especially when I'm working with my Black boys. I absolutely adore working with Black men and Black boys in general. Not because, oh, I want to save them or I feel like I can nurture them back. No, like we all know I'm like half nigga for real. We all know this. I don't know how to be any
Yeah,
other way. I'm not soft. I don't know how to be. I know how to be soft when it calls for it, but it still has an
right.
edge to it. I'm not fluffy. I'm not sugary. I'm not none of that. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I don't know
Come
how.
on.
But
Allspice.
but a lot of my maturity has taught me the essence of how to deliver it where it
Right.
still allows people to still exist and be, but have that safe space to just be whatever it is they need to be. Whether it's strong, whether
Right.
it's crying, whether it's laughing, I need you to always feel like safety and home because I know it is like not to have that safety. So
Mhm.
it's so I'm like, it makes me emotional to hear because I'm just like, yo, like you don't hear a lot of men say that they have that space. Some
Oh
of
man.
them, some I've known have this bravado that they put up to where they get so uncomfortable with that safe space because they don't know how long they're going to have it.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, oh, that's so good. Especially you have multiple people to have that safe space with.
Yeah, like man, Dez was a blessing. I miss that dude bad, bro. Like it hurt me to call him and tell him I had a job promotion. I was getting more money actually running a property, like being in charge of a property. It hurt me to tell him that. He was super happy for me, and I was sad because like,
You
man,
act like you just so far away.
now I'm just saying, like, it's different when you actually have responsibilities that I have. You know what I mean? I'm not a single man no more. Before I leave, it's like 5 people I gotta kiss before I walk out the door. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a different kind of dynamic as opposed to me just being where I am and then being by myself. You know what I mean? So, and I love my family. You know that. Like I'm really involved with my kids. I don't play. I'll spend
Mm-hmm.
me not say. Yeah, I'm gonna say I was finna turn up on somebody at that church that we aforementioned, like about my kids, because I don't play about my kids.
But I promise you, everybody that has been at this aforementioned church
Mhm.
has had somebody they've had to turn up on
I'm
about
telling you, I'm
it's
telling you,
it's apparently it's like
it's an
my mom
ongoing
had to
thing.
almost turn up on somebody about me. So I know for sure it ain't nothing but a but a tradition. That
See,
sucks.
it's crazy because my wife is like the chihuahua, like she be ready to bite everybody. I'm like the big old dog that you just want to let sleep. So
Let them sleep or it's gonna be a problem.
yeah, so like when I start turning up, then she start like getting scared. Like, okay, if Phil get mad, then it's bad. And like yeah,
And
yeah.
I think it's interesting that because I'm not a chihuahua, but I do pop off quick. Like, because if I notice somebody playing,
Hmm.
like I could I can easily pick up when somebody playing with me. So if you playing with him or you playing with anybody around me,
Oh yeah,
I have a problem. And I'm
yeah,
going to tell you I have a problem. But a lot of my guy friends, it takes a lot to get them mad. And if I'm mad and then I can calm down, you better hope neither one of us, both of us are not mad at the same time. Cause I can't stop any of y'all once y'all mad. There's just no I don't want to sometimes.
yeah. It's because I'm really like I'm so when it comes to conflict, I'm not really gray. I'm black and white.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm not about to do no pointing,
Mm-mm.
talking, which is why I usually don't get into conflict. Like you can even pop off like the strength thing I was talking about. Like, okay, until you come in my space and threaten my space, which is different, but yeah, I don't know. It's straight black and white.
That makes so much sense.
Black and white. But anywho, praise the name of God.
Yeah, that was good. Oh, that was so good. What's a misconception about
Oh,
being I don't know if you can tell. I'm disclaimer, if you're not black, blackity black, you might as well go and click off because all of these are gonna be about black
no,
men,
no, no.
period.
Stay, stay and learn and digest.
I mean, you could do that too, but I'm just
Stay.
saying, don't be offended because ain't gonna be nobody else. It's gonna be black people. This is for black
And this
people.
is yours.
Insert my favorite clip.
It's for black people anyway.
Anyway, what's the misconception about being a black man?
Oh, the misconception. Ah, you know, I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. It's a weird question because I would have to like listen to what people say. I see stupid stuff posted online sometimes, and it's so obnoxious that I think they ain't really no misconception about what it is to be a black man. I think people have a misconception on their expectations of
Mm,
people, period. I don't really even think that's a actual ethnicity based thing or race, you know what I'm saying? I
that's
think
true.
it's a humankind self-assessment, self-evaluation issue. Like what you expect from people, it's just outright just crazy. Uh,
Yeah.
whether it be just relationship, plutonic or intimate, like it just be crazy.
I posted something today and I was like, I have never felt something in my Shana now so bad. What is it? What did it say? It said the problem is everyone is looking for unconditional love, carrying a bag full of conditions.
You know what I'm saying? But
And
I
it's
mean,
like, oh, that's so good.
I
Okay.
think people just say stuff and they don't really think about what they say. Like unconditional, do you realize what that unconditional mean? We say stuff like that and don't even think about it, you know, take our bias out of it. People say they want unconditional love, but it's only the conditions that you're willing to handle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And you know what? the craziest thing is in the last 3 years, we have a lot to catch up on, but the synopsis is God literally took me through
Oh, Jesus.
the most painful lesson of unconditional love.
Oh, glory.
I had a falling out with someone very close to my heart. And the way it broke me, I was happy with leaving today. I don't know if I'm going to like, I don't think I can handle this level of heartache.
Oh, Jesus. I don't either.
I was mad at God. I was mad at them. I was mad at me. I could not fathom getting out of bed and going to work and being a therapist, let alone being myself.
Oh, gee.
And one day God said to me so loud, you can't say you love somebody and then say you hate them because of a indiscretion that you allowed.
Right.
And I was like, okay, but why did it have to hurt so bad? Why did I have to endure the hurt for you to just tell me that? Like you didn't have to, I didn't have to get drugged through like barbed wire.
That's what it feels like sometimes, don't it?
To be for you to tell me that, hey, unconditional love hurts sometimes. Right. You have to forgive every single day. And then there's moments where you're absolutely like, okay, I love this person. I want to see this person. Like, let me just go and kiss on you. Man. And then there's days where it's like, nigga, I want to end your life today.
Yeah. But that's the thing about love, even marriage, like it has to be something deeper. I definitely don't like to rule out the romantic piece and the intimate piece because absolutely be connected. There has to be harmony, but there has to be something deeper. Like you have to, when you say unconditional, like once you decide to take that jump over that broom with somebody, you understand what unconditional really means. You know what I'm saying? And so I digress back to what I was saying. I think sometimes people have expectations or say things where they really don't understand the language, what they're actually speaking, and then the duty behind that. And you know, just kind of to what you said, man, it just kind of falls back on what we was talking about earlier about strength. Cause like one of my biggest lessons I learned as a man is like the grace you get is the grace you give. And so man, I've done some effed up things out here. And it's kind of like now, just because I have my life together, right? Now that I'm here, and I don't even want to say I have my life together. Now that I'm more aware, right?
That's good.
Now that I'm more aware, I don't have my life together. There's things that I definitely can improve on, but I'm aware. Who am I to get mad at the Phil of 10 years ago just because I'm living the Phil 10 years later?
Right.
I did exactly what you're doing to me to somebody else. You know what I mean? So why would I handle you in a way that if it was me, it would, you know what I'm saying? And it just those types of lessons, like I have so much less conflict. It affected my speech. It affected how I handle people at work. Like I had a kid, literally had a kid call out. I had to call him, you know, and I was about to lay into this kid. And then I thought about, you know, Phil, you remember when you showed up to work and you were so drunk from the night before that you passed out on hole number 12 and John came and woke you up and said, hey, bro, you've been sleeping here about 30 minutes. I done drove the whole back 9. You got to wake up and finish your job. And you buckled down and finished your job in 45 minutes. And he told you go home and get some rest. He showed you some grace. He didn't fire you. And it was like, you know what I mean? So it's moments like those, man, It's moments like those, like what you talking about. It's just like
Yes.
the grace you get is the grace you give, man. I'm
That
telling
is
you.
so good. Oh, this is great. Oh, I was not expecting this to be so good.
Come on now. You know I keep a word ready, big dog.
Listen, locked and loaded, okay? But I knew it was gonna be amazing. But like, this is really blessing me, like for real. Okay, so last question.
Mhm.
Dang, where my questions went? Oh, I posed it this way, but I'm gonna let your mind interpret it the way you want to.
Okay.
What is one thing you want Black women to know?
Oh man. One thing.
I mean, if it's multiple, I mean, I'll let you go.
I just out
But
of the time is it 9:45? Jesus help me. I'm gonna try to not. God help me. Help
um,
me, Holy. What do I
yeah,
want Black women?
or what's
That
the
you're
most
loved.
important thing?
That you're loved.
Oh,
That you're loved. You desire that love, even though you felt like you haven't received it, which means it's inside of you. And the only
mhm.
way that it can be inside of you, that you have that feeling that you're seeking this love that you know is out there, is because it's inside of you, is because somebody put it there. And if you haven't seen anybody put it there in your life physically or to your remembrance or memory, that means that there has to be a God out there.
Oh,
And so you're loved. Um, it is a beautiful thing to get double taps on all your social media and to be liked. But I promise you, it is a way more fulfilling thing to be valued. Get you a man that values you, not that he just likes you. What else? Jesus, I'm gonna just go. Forgive me. Stop me if I'm talking too long.
no, please go.
Being a nice man is not a segue into you to give him your intimate space. As you mature as a man, it is expected of you as a man to be respectful, to open doors, to be courteous, not just to her, but to her family, to your family. So when you're dating and when you're meeting a man that you're thinking about giving your intimate space to, just because he's nice, he should not get in the door. I expect you to be nice. And if you're not nice, we're not going to make it to step 2. What do you believe?
Oh,
You believe. What do you see? You know what I'm saying? What do you read?
yeah,
What are you willing to die for? That's too intense. Well, will it be intense if he break your heart? Hell yeah, it will be.
absolutely.
Hell yeah. So you telling me you don't want to ask a question that's gonna make somebody uncomfortable? It might seem too intense, but you'll willingly go to a space where you can't even recover from emotionally. So, man, I'm just
Right.
there's never such a thing as being too late.
Never.
Stop feeling like it's too late. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna
Please,
land my plane
please.
right there.
I don't
I'll
think I
keep
can take
going.
anymore. I don't think I can take any more. Oh, this was so good. Okay. Um, oh y'all. I hope this blessed y'all
Oh,
the
so
way
man.
it has blessed me. This is definitely not gonna be the last. You'll see Phil.
Yeah, I'll pull up anytime.
Listen,
Allergies and all. Child, I've
uh,
been here trying my best not to sneeze out here and just Lord.
okay, so make sure that you like, comment, share, subscribe, tell the folks, and then
Tell them.
share it with somebody.
Tell them. Share it. Tell them.
Um, we have all of the things on our link tree. in our bio, Code Switching Pod.
Mm-hmm.
Go follow all the things. Mr. Phil, you want people to follow you? Tell the people what you
Yes.
you
So
want them to follow you.
PJ _string music on Facebook. Pidge_official on Instagram. Follow me on there. I've got my links in my Instagram and PJ String Music bio to link to my music. Instagram is the one that I frequent the most. And I have the same type of content that we're talking about, and I infuse my music with the content that we're talking about. So, yeah, follow me.
Again, thank you so much. If I haven't told you enough, I'm telling you now, I love you. I appreciate you.
Love you too, girl.
And this has been another episode of AyJay's Corner. Bye.
Yeah, we out of her.